The search for Jack and Lily unfolds amid suspicion and uncertainty. Cadaver dogs have been proved to have found nothing, and any evidence that may have been is now gone, as 177 days have passed since Jack and Lily went missing.
Then the baby got taken, but I don't know if the baby's back with her because I'm not really keeping up on the little bits and rumors and things. So if you guys know if the baby's back, let me know. Not much I can confirm 100%, but he was adamant. I missed something there. All right. Let's keep going. There's a lot.
Dogs were specifically trained to pick up human scent, including that of recent human remains. Near the end of summer, human remains detecting dogs searched the area. The difference being these dogs can detect the scent of human remains months and even years following death. The dogs and their handlers scoured the 40-kilometer search area over the past few weeks, but turned up nothing.
98% of those dogs usually find something if it's there, especially after 5 months. The longer decomposition takes place, the stronger the scent is for these dogs.
McCammon says there is no evidence at this time that may lead to criminal charges, but his team is open to every possibility as the search for Jack and Lily drags on.
I know there's a lot of public interest in this file, and we want answers just like everybody else, and we're working as hard as we possibly can to get there. We will continue to gather information.
Yeah, when we covered this case earlier, they definitely said this was an anomaly. This is an anomaly and I saw a little, you guys commented earlier about both children going missing, just disappearing at the same time on the same day. That's an anomaly. That is very rare. It's much different when you've got somebody like Sebastian Rogers or Madeline Soda, one single person and their disappearance, etc. But how does that happen with two that nobody can give us the exact thing that happened? They keep changing their stories. The pond, apparently mother and father are both going for hourly supervised visitation with no contact. Mother calls CPS if father gets close. Yeah, that's another situation between them. They've got a lot of tension in their relationship, and we think it's because of Daniel, but it could be because of both of them.
And take action.
He encourages anyone with information to contact Nova Scotia RCMP or Crime Stoppers. Ella MacDonald, Global News.
All right, there we go. And we definitely have more updates. But before we get into the major updates, I want to stay on the fact that the cadaver dogs, I think I did the wrong one. Hold on. That the cadaver dog search failed to find human remains, and what Daniel has to say about the search, and why is it that he seems to know everything and nothing at the same time. Tammy says, Sarah, I don't believe anyone can say they know anything 100% unless they, exactly. I agree. That's why we say, in my opinion, Tammy, you got it. You got it. All right, listen, we backed up yesterday, new information. Now we're going to go into the cadaver dog and what he has to say. And why does Daniel seem to know everything and nothing at the same time? All right, let's do that. Let's do that together. And then we will get the press conference going for you guys. It's only about 11 minutes, but it's very informative about what they say and what they don't say. All right. So, and then we're going to talk about how we're interjected into this. It's just that there's a lot of interesting things today. Oh boy.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm doing well, but
you don't look well, buddy.
Doing better than I was at the start, I guess.
He doesn't look.
It's physically exhausting, mentally exhausting, emotionally exhausting, but every day, you wake up and it's a new day, new hope. And just keep
Come
going
on
forward.
in.
Tell me about the toll, like what you were just mentioning earlier about social media.
Yeah, social media has been quite a circus, we'll call it.
That's a step down.
No, he calls it a circus, guys, but I have an interview, not just this one, but the interview that he did on Drunk Turkey Show. What he's insulting, but he's the one that's actually making it a bigger circus. You'll see what I'm talking about right after this. And even in this, I feel like he's purposely interjecting it and making a circus. This reminds me of, and I'm sorry, but the way Chris Proudfoot started interjecting into the Sebastian case and calling everybody's channel and telling him this and telling him that, and it's just he's making it more of a circus. It doesn't make sense. How do you know everything and nothing all at once?
Of missing children, but you wouldn't know it. Every day they remain lost, he feels better. Let's break down this interview because that's not the only time he sounds less like a victim of a crime than a perpetrator getting away with one. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation. So if that's your thing, hit subscribe. For exclusive videos, early access to new videos, and other cool perks, consider becoming a channel member. Link in description. If you're not familiar with this,
All right, sorry about that. I have that in the description. It's Deception Detective. Everything that I have is in the description today. All right, let's listen to this with him. I have the original video, the one from Daniel and the news station. So if you want to watch that with no commentary, it's also in the description. And yes, Joyous, he's making it a circus by interjecting himself, and I feel like he's causing more confusion than helping. But he seems to know everything, and he'll tell us right now how much he knows.
case, don't worry, I'll link my full Lily and Jack Sullivan playlist below so you can catch up later. For now, here's what you need to know. That guy is Daniel Martel, their stepdad, and ever since they vanished without a trace months ago, he's been asking the police to bring cadaver dogs to the property to prove his innocence.
Yeah.
And now apparently the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, are doing just that. All right, without further ado, let's grab our deception decks and start listening.
So what do you make of the fact that they are bringing the
Thank
cadaver
you.
dogs in?
Well, I'm actually pretty happy about that because it's been about 3 months. I've been
I like that he's happy about it. He's not looking too good, guys. Not in this interview anyway. It's like maybe they didn't tell him he was going to have an interview tomorrow.
asking for them, and it's just been delayed. Well, delayed, I guess, till now. But I know things take time, and dogs are hard to get.
Come on, guys.
So
hit that like button.
what does this say to you? Because I mean, they are dogs searching for human remains.
Well, I know
He knows
that
everything and
it's going to be
nothing.
really hard work now that there's so much vegetation in the woods, but I'm pretty happy that they're going to be able to do it.
But do you see how he's putting stumbling blocks as he says he's happy? How are you happy about cadaver dogs? I can't understand that unless the whole mathematician thing has something to do with, maybe he didn't do his mathematician that morning. He wanted to be semi-sober. I just don't understand. And neither does Deception Detective either. When I watched this interview on its own, oh my goodness,
I even hope that they bring more than one dog if they have access to more than one dog.
they brought two.
So what are you happy about? What do you hope
Right.
this will bring?
I would just like to see maybe
Yep.
the social media speculation theories and accusations. Maybe they're not going to stop, but slow down.
Especially now when you're going on
At
these
this point, they're
channels, dude.
getting ridiculous.
So are you thinking that the dogs will go in there and won't find anything?
I know for 100% they won't find anything. I mean, that's probably why they waited this long to do it. Just to keep the public informed, I guess.
And that's why I bring up exactly what you're saying, Tammy. That's why I bring up the night before or the day before, whenever they had that party. I don't even think they really slept through the party. They had a party, probably stayed up all night and did something. I think something was done with those children long before, hours before any of the phone calls were made to 911. Any of these fake stories about hearing the children and then the changes. I think that is changing because it didn't happen. All right. It didn't happen the way they're saying at all whatsoever. That's why he's so confident about what they're going to find and what they're not going to find where they're searching. But he puts a stumbling block right away.
That they're hard at work.
Do you think it will rule things out?
Yeah, I think we'll rule a lot of things out. We'll rule out that the RCMP are, working hard, and there's no human remains on the property.
Is there any piece of you that's preparing for the fact, like, what if they do find something?
No, because
Nope. He knows. They're
I
not
didn't
gonna-
do anything. I know Malaya didn't do anything.
He
I
didn't
know
kill
my mother
them.
didn't do anything. Those are 3 people on the property.
For someone
And what about anybody else, guys? What about anybody else? What do you think? He just named 3 people that didn't do it. Again, it's important what people say and what they don't say. All right. We got a lot to get through today.
who was apparently drifting in and out of sleep when Lily and Jack disappeared, Daniel sure does know quite a bit about what happened to them. For instance, he knows where they aren't. He knows their dead bodies aren't on the property.
Exactly.
And he somehow also knows who isn't responsible. The implication, of course, is he knows where they are. That's how he knows they
Yeah.
won't be found on the property. And he's either hiding who actually did it, or he knows that none of those 3 people did it because he knows who did. And this isn't a reach. After all, if he actually didn't know what happened, I'd expect him to be curious about what the dogs might find and apprehensive about it. But he's not. He's happy about the dogs.
Yeah, I don't even know how that gets into there. He's happy about the dogs. He has been asking, just like he did with the polygraph test.
I'd also expect him to be suspicious about all the other adults who are on the property, but he isn't. He's conclusive
Deception
about their
deck,
innocence
guys.
when, if his story's true, he has no way of knowing that. Indeed, conclusiveness, despite the evidence, is one of the 4 ways that hoaxers give themselves away. I've put the spotting hoaxes card for my deception deck on your screen now if you want to read the other 3. And by the way, as a side note, Daniel, criminals move bodies all the time. The cadaver dogs not finding anything on the property doesn't prove you're innocent. It actually suggests the opposite. How could he know the kids aren't dead somewhere on the property, even if there was no foul play involved? Remember, the
Exactly.
story
How
is
does
they
he know
wandered
that?
off into the woods.
I didn't do anything. I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do anything.
I mean, but name the other people that were around that night. And yeah, truths. It's probably 100% true what he's saying in his mind. But was it your brother? Was it somebody at the party? Your friend? Did somebody? I don't think anyone helped them. But what is he saying here?
Those are 3 people on the property. I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known right there. We didn't kill any of the kids, or we didn't kill the kids.
We didn't kill the kids. What?
Why do you think that they're not possibly, like, why that they didn't possibly wander into the woods?
Well, with the amount of resources that were used, and I mean, for everything from drones to helicopters to classified technology and all the searchers on the ground. I mean, searchers on bicycles. They
Boy, he's doing his research, isn't he?
they did everything. On the pipeline, they took in ATVs and Argos and side-by-sides. They used everything they could.
Tell me about, what do you make at this point of the investigation of what RCMP have been doing or not doing? What's your stance on it?
And remember, if you're looking at body language in the beginning, he was very shifty and now he's closing himself off, right? So I just want you guys to realize that too. When someone, deception detective doesn't do body language, but as you watch this mathematician, it's hard for me not to think that he is doing that, being shifty because of that, but he's also blocking himself off when she's asking very pointed questions.